Hello everybody, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today I'm going to be playing around attempting to paint butterflies for the first time. So I looked at a few different resources, and there seems to be quite a few different approaches to it within the brush painting and the fast and loose painting. So I'm kind of just going to have fun and experiment. So this is just an experimental video, and then hopefully at the end I could come up with a nice butterfly painting in another video. So I'm taking the Chinese bamboo brush and just kind of using the mud from the palette, getting this nice and wet, and then I want to maybe kind of gradiate. So let's grab a little light red oxide on the end. So I believe with this brush there's a lot of different marks I was seeing people make with them in regards to butterflies. One lady on YouTube, I believe Nan Ray, used the heel of the brush for the shape. I do not have enough water on here apparently. That's one thing that I've been saying has been throwing me off between the Chinese watercolor paper and Western cotton paper. Just the quantity of water needed on the brush is just a lot different. Let's just really see if I can mop it up. And she had a very interesting stroke where she came down and went like that. So that's my first attempt at the wings. It looks pretty horrid, but what I'm going to do now, I think I might want to use some ink for this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'll experiment back and forth between ink and watercolor with these guys. But if I get this bottle open, I think I have some dried in there, so I need to kind of clean that bottle up. And I'll use kind of a finer, pointier brush for the head, the body, and the other body. And the legs. And the feelers, the antenna. So I can tell you right now, right off the bat, that this is going to take, I think, a lot of practice in order to get the confident strokes and the effects that are kind of desired to get a butterfly. And finding which brush kind of works best for me with it. So I'm going to go back to the bamboo brush. I'm going to experiment with kind of really getting a lot of water on there. And I may try a different brush after this one, but I think the bamboo is the traditional one for butterflies. A lot of ultramarine water, light red. Let's try right over here. Wonder if I'm not getting enough water at the base of the brush, or if that's, maybe I need to press down harder in that fashion. Press down harder, harder. Let those effects take place. That might be what's taking place. So let's flip this paper around. I'll start off on this side. Just kind of squeezing that water out. But I don't want to go back and forth like scrubbing. We'll have to see. Let's grab a #1 Brigger brush for the ink, for the head, the body. Play around with kind of like the dangly legs. It seems easier for me than the other brush. This is just feeding ink into that wet watercolor. Play around with a little bit of feeding, see what happens. Okay, that's interesting. So, even though that first initial leaf, wing application doesn't feel like it's going down super confidently, the gestural marks, more calligraphy type strokes with the ink, is kind of pulling it together. So that's where my mind is at so far, what I'm seeing. Let me try the Squirrel Mop Brush and see if we can get down water in that fashion. I'm just going to focus on ultramarine right now. I'm not too worried about the gradiating on the brush, just trying to sop it up. All right, a little bit of light red on the end. Okay, so heel, brush. Since this one splays out, I can get that. Here's the bottom one, and here's the illusion of the one in the background. Could definitely lay down a lot more with it. I'm not sure if it's as expressive as the bamboo brush. Let's grab the sword brush we're playing around with. Use that with the ink. Let's see how that looks. The head, body, body. Now let's play around with just expressive marks around the wings. Feeding in a little bit. Well, it is interesting. It's kind of weird having the different brushes and seeing which one's kind of working with it. I think what I should try is a different orientation of the butterfly. And let's see. I have some photo references I've pulled up. Let's try one looking down at the back of the butterfly. In this case, I'll use the squirrel mop again. Just trying to grab plenty of water. So looking down, kind of move this one up and over. Make this one smaller. Up and over. That's the smaller one. Now this is obviously wet. Here's the number one rigger. And it's gonna diffuse. So I don't know if I should wait till it would dry and then play with it. Put the feeler, the antenna. I'll go on wet and wet. Well, the ultramarine and the Payne's gray definitely works together nicely. It's very pretty. And with that black ink. I think we have room for one more. So I'll try one more. Let's see. Is there a different brush that I want to try? Let's see. Let's just try this combination brush. It has the stiffer hairs on the inside and the softer hairs on the outside. Just soaking up all that ultramarine water. Let's face it this one. I think that brush soaked up the best. And let's put the head, body, dangly legs. If we wanted to put little accent marks. That was a fun one. I think it would also carry over to leaves, petals, flower petals. While we have this out, let's try this one more time. We'll try a different facing. We'll try the heel. Then we'll switch right back to that number one rigger, head, body, body. Expressive marks. And we could play with the wet and wet and feeding in different colors in there. But right now it's just kind of playing with brushes. Alright, so that's my first time kind of experimenting with butterflies. I'll be back with more videos as I progress with them. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.